All right, welcome guys. This is the first episode. I don't even know what we're going to call this yet, and you guys are going to be along on the ride for what it is this is going to turn into. So right now, for today, this is going to be the real impact of gaming. It's going to be a 4-segment show. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes is kind of the structure. We'll have all kinds of artwork and other things that'll come into it. You guys, it'll be like a real show. I'm going to make the audio available on a podcast. I'm going to make the video available, the whole 30-minute show on YouTube. And so I'll kind of go over the basics of what this is going to be and why I'm doing it. Okay, first and foremost, we have a partnership with Sly. And I told them that this is what we're going to be doing. We're going to be doing It's Time to Chill. I think I'm going to take my glasses off. Although my eyes are super red and tired. Maybe I'll keep them on. So we have a drink sponsor. Not sponsor, we have a drink partner. You guys have heard about them. And this new drink, I did a video on it if you want to go check it out on TikTok. It's about a 3 or 4 or 5 minute video. And I met the founders through Ask Aristotle in our chat. And I've met with them personally, and I absolutely 100% believe in their drink. I wanted to partner with them because one of the things I feel like, so they have 3 beverages coming out. The first one's out. It's their chill, which is what we're going to do now. This is Time to Chill. Stand by. So this is a non-caffeinated, all organic, just great, kind of help you wind down. So you're going to see me sipping on this product placement. I love it. It's incredible. So they are a partner. Just to let you guys know, outside of the fundraiser we're doing for the foundation right now, every time, if you guys download the app in our Discord, if you download the app on our website, StreetTacoEater.com, you can order. When you order, if you put in Street Taco Eater as the code, they will give 20% of all sales that come through us back to the foundation. So I thought that was really cool. All right, so let's chill. Let's talk about what this show is going to be about, because this is going to be something different. One of the things that has been very, very, very important to me, as I have been gaming since 1978, I would say out of all of those years, I've probably only stopped gaming maybe 3 years total out of that. All of our kids, we grew up gaming, they grew up gaming with us. For those of you that don't know me, by the way, I'm Rob, I'm Street Taco Eater. I'm a happily married, been married 34 years to an amazing woman. We have 6 kids, we have 4 grandkids. You guys know the reason so we have a nonprofit foundation on top of the other things that we do that is related to mental health and gaming, so we have a lot of work there. But this is going to be even bigger than that. So one of the things that's always been foundationally, fundamentally clear to me is that gaming has an impact that is at scale unlike most other things I've ever seen. So when I decided to do this show, I wanted to start highlighting different areas of that. Now, what we have this broken into, and we're not going to go into a lot of these today. I'm going to tell you the 4 areas that we're going to cover as this show goes on every night. So first thing is we're going to talk about maybe specific games. This will be about 5 minutes. Some games we feel like they have some back-end stuff that are, doing that are benefiting mankind. Like, let me give you an example. You could talk about Fortnite, and you could say Fortnite in one hand is a game that is, matter of fact, hold on really quick. I need to change something. I just don't want to get in trouble for this because this is going to be a just chatting. I want to change that on Twitch. Okay, so Fortnite has become much more than a game. It's a metaverse in a lot of ways, and it does a lot of really cool things. Excuse me, if you think about the artists that have concerts in there, Ariana, I think, was the last one to do it, Ariana Grande, but the other events they've had there. So we're going to talk about things that are going on with developers. We're going to talk about things that are going on, behind the scenes with games that we find out, that we dig up, that we feel like is going to be really important. So that's going to be the game side of it. That'll be about 5 minutes. Then one of the things the next thing we're going to do in segment 2. So like I said, there's going to be a 5-minute segment to start off with, a 10-minute segment, another 10-minute segment, and then we'll finish with a 5-minute segment. Ish. That's ish what it's going to be. And I don't want to wind down too much. I don't want to relax too much because I am going to game after this for this week. Okay, so the segment 2 is going to be kind of Gamer's Corner. And what I want to do in Gamer's Corner is I want to talk about the impact that gaming has on people for the good, right? So we're sharing these stories every day about the benefits of mental health, on mental health through gaming if done correctly and balanced. Well, with that, there's a lot of stories of a lot of great people, and I want to be, down the road, we'll start interviewing gamers. We'll start talking about what gaming means to them, how they balance their lives, what kinds of experiences they have that help them get through the difficulties of the day through gaming, through their communities, and all of that. So we'll spend quite a bit of time on that. For example, there is, we'll get into the details. This is going to be me just freelancing, by the way, just to let you know, okay? All right, the third segment of the show is going to get into Tech Talk. Now, I like this a lot. I don't think this gets talked about quite enough. So in the Tech Talk segment, one of the things that I think is really key is the understanding that gaming's impact at scale is unmatched by almost anything else I've seen. Like, for example, if you ever watch, I'm a big fan of the Iron Man series, right? So that whole franchise. And one of the things with Tony Stark, we know, like, for example, in the second movie, he gets criticized by that reporter for making money off of war, right? But he makes the point that the monies that they made off of war and creating weapons also, built hospitals and built technology. And there's a lot of things that came through it. Now, I think gaming does much of the same, if not more. A lot of the technology, especially in the modern day, and we're going to get into details in future shows about these, excuse me, I had bronchitis, you guys know that, so it's this kind of lingering cough. Okay. Technology innovation driven by gaming is immense, right? Because it's in modern learning, technology and this kind of aspect of what gaming is driving hardware, is driving software, is driving the way that we approach a lot of things. So some of the things that are happening in tech at scale are, well, not some, a ton. And again, we'll get into them in detail, are driven by what's happening in gaming. So that's another big sector that we'll cover in this. And I'll read chat, guys. I just want to get through these things. So that'll be a big part of it. Okay, and then the fourth segment is going to be, the real heartwarming stories of what gaming does in communities. I'll give you an example. This is there are just so many, and we're going to talk about all of these in upcoming episodes. So I got invited to go to an event at a local community college. It's the biggest community college in the state. They have 5 campuses, and this was before COVID, so it was a couple of years ago, 3 years ago or so. I got to campus, and this was amazing. And I actually asked me after COVID to speak, and so I spoke, and the same exact thing happened. So I show up at this community college, and they're having a Smash tournament, Street Fighter. I think they're doing Mario Kart. Super fun. There are probably 200 people there, and it couldn't have been a more diverse group. It absolutely could not have been a more diverse group. They even brought in some special needs students that came in and were interacting. Not one single person looked around at anyone in the way they looked, the way they talked, no one even cared. Everyone was just engaged with each other and having an amazing time. No one was political, no one was religious, no one was toxic, that was stunning. And that's the kind of power that gaming has that I want to highlight in these episodes and these shows that we're going to be doing. These are the kinds of things that I think that get largely overlooked when we talk about gaming, because again, I did a piece of content where, I said, this is what a lot of people think gaming is, right? And it's so much more than that. One of the things that's important for me about doing this as well, is to educate people that are in the business world, especially, because I have 2 other gaming businesses that we help companies, attract, retain, develop talent. So the thing that's important about that is to help them understand that gaming is much more than this. So in these 4 areas that we're going to be covering, again, we're going to start off with, and I may change this a little bit, we're going to develop this along the way, guys. So we're going to talk about different games. We're going to do a highlight of that kind of thing. We're going to do segment 2. I think I named these. I'm looking at my notes. I usually never do. Gamers Corner, right? Where we're going to interview gamers. We're going to talk with people. We're going to have them on the show and do some fun stuff there. The third thing is going to be Tech Talk, which is going to be, I'm absolutely super fired up about that. And then finally, like the stories and the exciting things that are happening in communities and the benefits of gaming. So now that you have all of that and it's time to chill, I'm not chilling very much. I'm super excited about this. But here's the thing. I have a belief in what gaming can do that's much more than what most people, I think of it as. Because I've had conversations with different people around the world in saying that gaming can bring economic development, it can bring improvements to mental health, it can bring, tech innovation, it can drive, different kinds of sources, it can bring people together in a way that is incredibly unique. If you're around me at all, if you travel with me at all, you will know that I ask every single person that I run into, hey, are you a gamer? It's every single time. And it's amazing how me at almost 60, right? I'll be 60 on April 1st. It's amazing how, I can immediately connect with anyone that's a gamer. And they find out that I do content, that I have gaming businesses, that I have all this. We immediately have a connection. And that's a power. So when you look at the back end of what gaming drives in terms of revenues, when it drives in terms of tech, when it drives in terms of communities, when it drives in terms of opportunities. I just watched a video on Instagram by Gary Vee, and I thought it was really interesting. And these are the kinds of things that we'll highlight as we go forward. So starting tomorrow, we'll really break down into the show and do things. But right now, I wanted to give you an overview of what it's going to be. So one of the things that Gary Vee was talking about, he says, it used to be, well, maybe, I should just do this. No, I'm not going to do that. I was going to say I should just show it. But one of the things that I agree with him, so he's a part owner, if you didn't know this, in the Minnesota Rocker esports team. But he says you've got to start listening to your kids. It wasn't, 20 years ago, kids never looked at gaming as something that could give you a lifestyle that was beyond having any kind of normal job. And there's all kinds of things. It's content creation, it's players, it's shoutcasters, it's event organizers, it's all of those kinds of things. Well, that's relatively new. And so I'm on the same train that he's on in terms of information of saying to parents, look, you need to kind of see where your kids gravitate. If they gravitate to gaming, it's not just I'm wasting time gaming. They may have a natural skill, just like some have a natural skill for soccer or lacrosse or golf or tennis, whatever it is. These kids growing up will have a natural inclination to be really, really good at that. And that needs to be okay. That needs to be seen as something, because listen, most of the people in my generation literally view gaming as just a complete and epic waste of time, right? So we're going to change that. So the entire focus of this, the real impact of gaming is to look at all the positives. Now, there are plenty of negatives, don't get me wrong. There are plenty of negatives, but the negatives typically come from people who either completely are out of balance and overdo it, or number two, specifically want to be very toxic in the environment that they game in. So, it's not a problem of the mechanism of gaming, it's not a problem of the activity of gaming, it's not a problem of the industry of gaming, and it's not a problem of the culture of gaming. It's a problem of a few that have grown up accepting that that's kind of the way that it is. Well, it doesn't have to be. And so part of what we're going to do in this series as it goes forward, and I don't even know, like I said, you guys are going to evolve with me. So part of the thing that going forward in this is going to do, in my mind, is to help kind of rebrand what the world views gaming as. Because even though there's been a lot of innovations and a lot of acceptance, and even though half the world's population, is the audio off? Is the audio off? Oh, that's terrible. Is it off for everyone, guys? I need to make sure, because if that's the case, that's going to be like tragic. Oh, it's good there? Okay. It must just be like half a second. Maybe it's just Twitch. Maybe it's just Twitch. Okay. Which is kind of weird. Yeah, so it looks like, hold on. I know what you mean. Okay. But it's good on TikTok, it looks like. Okay, but so the syncing is good, right? Okay. These are all things we're going to have to absolutely work through. Okay, so getting back to the point. My lips aren't matching the sound. Is that the case? Is that the case? Let me know. Okay. I don't have a producer on this yet, so I'm kind of just doing it on the fly here. All right, so you guys understand that gaming to me has so much power at scale beyond what we typically see or what we typically experience and what the world views it as. So despite how much progress has been made, a good portion of the world, half the world's population games, still looks at gaming as an epic waste of time. So we'll discuss all of these things, but what I want to do with you guys is drive home the benefits. Sorry, I take a drink and you see clear right now. It's a noticeable lag, but nothing crazy. Okay, so it may just be a TikTok, or I mean a Twitch thing. So you guys, I want this. You understand what I'm saying? I want to promote the real impact of gaming and help bring data, bring evidence, bring stories in those 4 segments that we're going to do every day. And then continue to promote the work we're doing in the foundation. So another plug, by the way, guys, we are doing a fundraiser, and even after if you see this down the road, you know, as our nonprofit, it's a 501c3, the 9292 Foundation. You can find it in our Discord at streettalkleader.com. There'll be a lot of more sophistication coming to this production here soon. I mean, give me time. But you can donate. It's a 501c3. All the donations are completely tax deductible. And right now, for every $100 that someone donates to the foundation so that we can keep the work going, shows like this, you know, there's a lot of things we have to do. And we will send you, I'm thinking about my audio now. You can go on and order a 4-pack of Sly, and I'll pay for it as a thank you for donating $100 or more. Okay, so we'll address all kinds of things. The main thing for me with this show that we're going to do every day is to really describe the real impact of gaming. And for me, it's mostly good. Outside of the things that are bad that people want to talk about are always people that take things to the extreme. And it's always going to be there. But that being said, there's so much opportunity in those areas for us to really uncover what's possible, look at gaming in a completely different way, and realize that there is not only opportunity, there's not only innovation, there's not only community, there's not only friendship, there's not only improved mental health. There's a whole slew of things that I'm going to uncover for you if you don't know them, or for the world in general that doesn't see them, especially in older generations, so that we can actually promote gaming in a way that is tremendously, well, it's already, let me just say this, you guys know this, it's already amazingly impactful. The difference is the world doesn't see it in its collective, in its aggregate, right? They see it in pieces, and maybe okay this and maybe okay that, but in general, you guys know this. In this video that I have that's popping off again right now, it was like an 8-second video. I simply said, gaming is not a waste of time, it's an investment in your mental health. I think it's going to push 200,000 views here by the end of the night. And it gets a lot of traction because the world is so, people are just fed up with the world looking at gaming as this complete and epic waste of time. But when you talk about things outside of, well, I just love to game, well, okay, how about like I said before, in these segments we're going to do, what about the tech innovation? You benefit from the tech innovation. You just don't understand that it's come from gaming. How about the community that you see people enjoying? How about the grades that improve through esports programs? How about the revenue that's generated? How about the opportunities for careers that never existed? How about the ability to reach globally and connect with people without any barriers or boundaries? I mean, that's the things that we need people to understand. That is powerful, and that's what this show is going to be about. So a couple of things we're going to do here as well. If you would like to be on the live stream and be in one of the 10 minutes, the 10-minute section that talks about your guys' stories and whatnot, let me know. And maybe Anthony, I think, our moderator here, I know he's in stream right now, maybe we put something in Discord that says, hey, if people would like to be able to be on the show, we'll set a schedule for all of that. But I'm gonna just pour out a ton of information on you guys going forward, especially since this is kind of the opening show in this time to chill. And just, it's just going to be fun. It's just going to be fun. And I think it'll also be educational. And one of the reasons this came up as well is I was talking with my wife the other day. Now, you'll think this is funny. My wife's we've been married 34 years. And she has known me to game almost our entire marriage. I mean, that's just kind of been something that we do. And I've always had balance. I've always taken care of my family. I've always taken care of the other things, so don't get me wrong on that. But the thing that she doesn't understand is what it really is. And when I've explained things to her, like I explained to other businesses and other people outside of gaming, she says, wow, I didn't know that. Wow, I didn't know that. I didn't, And so she said, why don't you educate me? Why don't you do this show and educate me? Let me understand the kinds of things that are happening. Like when I put out there a while ago and I said, hey, half the world's population games, or the amount of revenue driven has been this, or the tech innovation that's come because of gaming is that, or musicians are enhancing their career because there are opportunities and things and shows like or games like Fortnite. None of those things people understand. So if we can bring it out and we say, is gaming driving AI and VR? 100%. Is it going to change the way we learn? It already is. Gamification in business has a major role. Gamification in life. I mean, games have always been around. It's just digital now at scale allows us to take it to a level it's never, ever, ever, ever been. So that's what this is going to be. So tomorrow I'll start dumping a bunch of stuff on you. I think you're going to enjoy this. We're going to see where this show goes. It's going to evolve. I'm going to do it every day. It's going to be rough in the beginning like now. It's going to get better over time. And so if you miss this or you want someone to see the things we talk about, I am going to post it on YouTube, the entire 30 minutes. I'll do some brief editing to it. So when I finish this every night, I'll hop off for about a half hour or so and get this up, do a piece of content. And then right now during the fundraiser, I will be, I'll be streaming again later tonight, late into the night. So let's wrap this up for today. Show's going to have 4 segments. It's going to be every day, 5 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. unless I'm traveling, but even then I'll still try to do it if I'm just mobile. We're doing It's a Time to Chill. I mean, I'm telling you guys, you need to try this drink. If you don't have the ability to donate to the foundation and do $100 or more, to get it for free, you can go buy it. Like a 4-pack is like $15.96 or something plus shipping, and it's worth it. If you want a time to chill, it's like a big plug. The only thing that I get out of this is a belief in this beverage, and if you use the Street Talk Leader code when you order it, especially if you download the app, and you can get it on our website, Discord, wherever, 20% of the sales go back. They're going to give it back to the foundation. So that's the benefit that we get. So. And it is an amazing beverage. They don't pay me to say that. I wanted to partner with them because I believe in the owners and what they're doing. Amazing people. And I love the drink. It actually works. And you can go watch the video I did on that. All right. Okay. That was kind of on all over the place. If you guys know me, I tend to run really, really fast, so I know that was a lot of information. The show is going to get more and more structured, but it will be those 4 segments. It will be talking about, it's a time to chill, and we are absolutely going to promote all the things, the positive impact, real impact gaming is having around the world. So stay tuned. If you want to be on the show and talk about your story, make sure you get into the Discord. It'll continue, like I said, to progress. Thanks for your patience in this. We have a long way to go, but I'm very, very passionate about what we're going to be able to do here and the things we're going to achieve. So, again, stay tuned. Watch it on YouTube. Please go like, comment, and follow. Let's get some traction on what we're going to do here because it's going to matter. And always, as always, know that you guys are amazing. You're in the right place at the right time because we're doing the right things. And the real impact of gaming is being felt and is going to be felt. And it's all because of you and a little bit of me. Let's do some great things. I will see you a little bit later.